Hey y'all, my name is Nicole. I go by Miss Hunter on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and I'm a pretty new full-time reseller, and here's what sold for me in the last couple of weeks. Okay, these sales will be from Sunday, August 17th through, I had to look at the, I had to look at the calendar real quick, through Saturday, August 30th. Let's get started. Okay, first up on Sunday, August 17th, I had 4 sales and they were all on Poshmark. I also ran a 25% off sale this day. So here's what sold. This LL Bean pink windsuit. I think it was like a size 4T or something like that, but that sold for $20. I recently got that at a garage sale. This French Connection orange sweater sold for $12. I bought this at a regular Goodwill. As soon as I bought it, I was like, what are you doing, Nicole? But anyway, it sold. Sad, these Sorel clogs sold for $45 on Poshmark and they got returned. There was a stain on them that I missed. I'm gonna try to get that cleaned and resell them. And honestly, hopefully I should be able to get more than $45 out of them after I clean them. They were mine and I didn't feel like cleaning them. I just kind of wanted them out of like my personal closet. And then last on this day, I sold this American Eagle flannel hooded shacket, and that sold for $25. All right, Monday, August 18th. This Soma blue nightgown sold. I got this at a garage sale. No. Yes, I got it at a garage sale for myself to wear while I was pregnant. It sold for $8. Okay, bye. And then this airy white oversized sweatshirt sold for $22. I got that at a garage sale this year. And honestly, it sold pretty quick. I want to say like within 2 weeks or so. Also, stay tuned. Between the 2 weeks of sales, I always do a little story time. This story time will be about potty training. We're doing potty training right now. Oh wait, I also had another sale on Monday the 18th, and it was this intimately free people long maxi dress. This used to be mine. It's one on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Okay, you might hear my little babe fussing in the background. I'm gonna go up and take care of him. I might film this video, the rest of this video 2 days later. It might be in a couple of minutes. I don't know, but you'll see. Okay, lighting and angle might be a little different, but we will survive, we will persevere. Also, we're in my basement and it's got the kid stuff, the laundry rack, a mop all over the place. This is not my cutest video, but thank you for being, thank you for being here. Okay, Tuesday, August 19th. There were 4 sales this day, 2 on Facebook Marketplace and 2 on eBay. Okay. On Facebook Marketplace, I sold this Hannah Anderson by Peanuts. Snoopy, the character is on it. Little astronaut, little space sleeper. Both my boys wore it, sold for $15. And then the other thing that sold on Facebook Marketplace were these Magnetic Me, little animals on scooters, this little sleeper, and that sold for $18. And then my 2 eBay sales, one was this Slazenger blue striped polo. I got that this summer at a garage sale, and that sold for $20. And then the other thing that sold, if you have been watching my inventory audit, I had literally taken it out this day and been like, it's going to the buy sell trade store. I hadn't delisted it yet, and then it sold on eBay for $18. I was like, no way. I gave it energy because in the video I was like, this is so cute. I can't believe this hasn't sold. And then it sold. Wednesday, August 20th, there were 2 sales, one on Poshmark, one on eBay. Let's keep the eBay train going. I sold this Hannah Anderson giraffe, they're little short-alls or whatever they're called, like a little romper. Both my boys wore this. It was so cute, and that sold for $24. And then the other thing that sold was this Love Note white muslin cropped button-up. I actually just got this while I was in Lake Tahoe. I got it for myself, didn't really like it, so that sold for $10. Not very much considering I got it for, it was like $5. On Thursday, August 21st, I sold these Athleta black salutation shorts. They had a little stash pocket in them. I got them at the $500 garage sale. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. and those sold for $21, and they sold really fast. And then Friday, August 22nd, y'all, I had no sales. And then on Saturday, August 23rd, I sold this set of 4 little dessert dishes. They sold for $20 on Facebook Marketplace. She messaged me that morning, came and got them like an hour later. That was my first week of sales. Now, I said we were going to talk about potty training. My husband and I this weekend are potty training, and let me tell you, it is not for the weak. I have gone back and forth. Do I want 2 kids, 3 kids? We have 2 right now. We have 2 boys, Otis and Freddie. And the thought of potty training 3 children, 1 child right now, is torture. Then I'm like, gosh, we're going to do this again in like a year and a half, 2 years with Freddie. Would I want to do it a 3rd time? Absolutely not. So time for my husband to get snipped. Anyway, I kid, I joke, but it's not for the weak, you know. My son Otis is 2.5. He's doing a great job, but I'm brain dead. So if this video also is subpar, just know I've been in the potty training trenches, okay? Bear with me. All right, time for the next week. On Sunday, August 24th, I sold these Abercrombie & Fitch distressed jeans. I got these at a garage sale for $10. They sold for $28. Now, normally I wouldn't spend $10, but I bought other stuff, and so my cost of goods for that garage sale was about $4. On Monday, August 25th, I had 4 sales on Poshmark. First up were these Cole Haan golf shoes. Now, they were like a tennis shoe. Like, they didn't have like the like cleats, the spikes, whatever you call it. They were this awesome fun color, as you can see. Sold for $90. $90. I bought them for $5. $90. Now, when I first picked these up, I was at a garage sale, and I was like, shoot, they're not my size. I was like, but these are so cool. And I didn't even realize they were golf shoes. I then got home, you know, did a Google Lens search of them, and saw that they were selling in like the $75 to $100 range. So I listed mine for $90, and they sold for full asking price at the end of August. So not even like beginning of golf season, like towards the end of golf season. But anyway, I was really excited about that. And then this Magnetic Me zebra print sleeper sold for $20. I recently got that at a garage sale. And then this Free People textured dress. Did I say I had 4 sales this day? Wow, I had 3. This Free People had like this textured beading on it. I just got this in a ThredUp mystery box, linked here. And that sold for $20. It cost me like $2 in that ThredUp mystery box. So that was sweet. On Tuesday, August 26th, I had 2 sales, both on Poshmark. This Torrid blue cardigan sold for $17. Now, about this, I like selling Torrid. I'm getting a little more selective with it. If I pick up Torrid pieces, I'm like looking over, I can see my son. He is trying to escape Alcatraz, aka his crib. There he goes, he lays down. He laid down. I pick up Torrid pieces size 2X to 5X. This sweater was a 6X. Now, if you do happen to pick up a 6X sweater, here's my advice. Put 6X first in the title, like 6X Torrid blue cardigan, yada, yada, yada. Because not every platform has 6X or up to 6X. So then it's like right away, because you have to list it at 5X. So then as soon as someone sees your listing, they're like, oh, 6X. Then they know. That's my advice. Okay, that was very long-winded. And then this Athleta teal long sleeve shirt sold for $20. I got this at the buy sell trade earlier this year. Okay, now on Wednesday, August 27th, I had a pretty good day of sales. Let me see here. 3 Poshmark sales, 1 mercari, and 1 eBay sale. Let's do the mercari sale. This Lila P sweater sold on mercari for $24. It was a cashmere blend. I got it probably like 8 months ago at a Goodwill. Decided to try it. I saw that it retails for a lot. Doesn't mean it necessarily resells for a lot, but it was good. I was happy with that. On Poshmark, I sold this Lululemon black party bag. Sold for $21. I spent $10 on this at a garage sale. But again, my cost of goods when everything boiled down to it was like $5 and some odd change. So use that information as you will. And then this Bowden green and blue polka dot A-line skirt sold for $25. I had gotten some lowball offers on this and held out. Glad I got the 25. And these packed brown culottes, these used to be mine. They sold for $21. Should I have listed them higher? Yes, I should have, but I wanted them gone. And then on eBay, this Sundance ornate embroidered top. This was actually on the chopping block to go whenever I got to it in my inventory audit. And it sold for $25 plus ship. All right, a few more days ahead here. Thursday, August 28th, I sold 3 items. First, these Hoka gray tennis shoes sold for $43. Now, I will say I probably could have gotten more for these. I didn't wash them, and I got them for $5 at a garage sale. They were in really good shape, but I think if I had washed them, I probably could have listed them for like $70, $75 and gotten closer to like that $50 to $60 range, but I was happy with the quick flip and very little work. This Chico's white tank sold on Poshmark for $9. It's vintage. It was on the chopping block whenever I got to that inventory tote. And so $9, I got an offer. I said, sure, why not? And then on Facebook Marketplace, this Columbia rainbow plaid puffer coat sold for $25. I had it listed for $30. This guy had asked if I would take $20, and I was like, not right now. He asked that about a month ago, and I knew with like school starting, fall, winter coming around that I would get closer to my full asking price of $30. He came back a couple weeks later, then said, all right, I'll take it. And then he asked if I had any wiggle room, and I said, I can meet you in the middle and do 25. So we did that. I've gotten to the point where I'm not afraid to say to people on Facebook Marketplace, not right now, but I'll let you know if I change my mind. And honestly, I've made most sales after I've said that. So I did it with an activity center recently. I've done it with that jacket, and then I did it with a shirt and a pair of overalls as well. So don't be afraid to try that unless you're just like, sure, goodbye. On Friday, August 29th, I sold on Facebook Marketplace these Brooks purple running shoes. Got these for $5, sold them for $50. I got them at the same garage sale as the Hokas that I sold the day before. And I have 2 more pair of her running shoes that I bought. They're both Saucony, how do you say it? Anyway, that's what sold on Friday. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had 2 other sales also on Friday, August 28th. I color code my spreadsheet, which is what I'm looking at, and it's not color coded properly, so sorry about that. I also sold this Athleta coral tank with a little keyhole back on Poshmark for $17. Got that at a Style Encore. And then on Mercari, I sold these Hannah Anderson floral leggings for $11. These were going to be on the chopping block when I got to my kids' boxes for inventory. So there are 3 things that I thought about getting rid of that I don't have to now. They are being rehomed in a different way. Okay, Saturday, August 30th, 2 sales, one on Facebook Marketplace, one on Poshmark. The Poshmark sale was this new with tags Chico's green dress, sold for $20. I had it listed for $40, and I got a $20 offer, and I was like, you know what? Yep, sure. I didn't feel like countering that day, and it was a piece that I was debating getting rid of, so there's that. And then on Facebook Marketplace, the Skims gray long sleeve shirt sold for $25. And I think this person got a really, really, really good deal. I probably got 10 to 15 messages about this shirt on Facebook Marketplace, like local pickup. And I got some really lowball offers on like Poshmark. Now, I held out on this, and don't be afraid to hold out on things. I went onto the Skims website. This shirt is still selling on the Skims website for like $58, $68. I can't remember, like a ridiculous amount for a tiny piece of cloth. And so to me, I'm like, these people are getting a great deal. You can either go buy it brand new or you can buy it like new. So I held out. I was not going to accept a $15 offer, $10, even $20. I was like, I'm just not accepting $20 right now. And then ultimately it sold for $25. So that was really sweet. Okay, I'm rambling. This is my what's sold for, the last couple of weeks. September so far seems like it's off to a decent start. See you next time.